Good evening, and welcome again to the 2012fad.com. I will be your host this evening. My name is Charlie Bluehawk. Last night we chatted about megavitamins, minerals, and metals, and how that we are born perfect into this world, and how the moment we leave our mother's womb, we begin to fade, we begin to fail. We fail from a lack of oxygen, we fail from a lack of a strong magnetic field, we fail from proper nutrition, and because of all the poisons we eat, we drink, and for some reason we smoke. Tonight I thought we would chat about the greatest fear that our masters have of us. The French Revolution of the late 1700s. And where the average people, you, me, the cattle, actually stood up, actually became, for a brief moment, human beings, and started cutting off the heads of the aristocracy, the elite, our masters. Sadly, lots of our masters survived that happy day, but those that survived remember it. And they remember it like it was yesterday. And they are terrified of us because of it. I got this from actually one of the masters themselves, a fellow that I guess I befriended because he didn't really have too many friends. Interesting fellow. It's hard to say how you can be a disgrace amongst monsters, basically, but this fellow managed. His name was David, and had a very colorful life, to say the least. Someday we'll talk about the stories he told me. But the one story he did tell me was about the French Revolution and how he and his people live in a constant state of terror. Not just fear, but terror. That we will, again, remember that we're human beings, and the moment we do, they're done for. They're toast. We outnumber these individuals millions to one, and they know that not even their corporate armies will defend them, even though some of them have been bred for generations to be nothing but soldiers for the masters. The masters know how close they stand to that guillotine blade at this moment. And when you see them on camera, or their servants, the Mandarin class, their faces all puffy red and bloating and sweating and swearing and cursing, talking down to us, treating us like we're stupid, bullying us, it's because they're terrified. And they are terrified of us. And again, this is why they have their own personal corporate armies, just to protect them from us. And again, some of these armies have been bred for generations, just to be servants. A lot of their servants are bred generation after generation. We'll talk about the breeding program someday. And someday we'll talk about Project Super Soldier, where they were actually one of their, again, that word project. They love the word project. Project Super Soldier had many variations. Had a lot to do with cloning. They've been cloning human beings since the 1930s. It had to do with, plastic robotic implants. A lot of really disgusting Frankenstein monster kind of stuff, which I know way too much about, and again, wish I didn't. Another reason the masters have been emptying the real military of anyone who might actually still be a human being, in other words, an American soldier who would refuse the order to fire on his own people, a human being, an American, that guy got kicked out. Now, the psycho with the gun you see today, he'd love nothing better than to butcher entire neighborhoods of Americans in the name of their God. And this is why our masters have even taken the name of Christianity and have dedicated it in America to their own God, Satan. Again, it does not matter if you or I believe in God or the devil. Our masters do. And I have to point out that they are doing really well, black magic and money-wise. Our masters created this government religion to control the military. If you are in the military and you do not convert to their brand of Christianity, you're booted out of the service. And this includes Jews, Muslims, they don't care. You must belong to the government religion. They also have this in Congress, in the Senate. It's amazing how many congressmen and senators also belong to this special brand of Christianity. And again, a good fun thing for you to do is check on the internet and see how many of your congressmen and women belong to this government religion. It'll make you sick. It'll make you ill. Separation of church and state were the cornerstones of our republic, but like little King George V said about our Constitution, it's just a damn piece of paper. And now, of course, the American military is filled with foreigners. People who are not even Americans are wearing American uniforms, carrying American weapons, and are on American soil. And I guarantee you, they have no problem shooting Americans dead. Why? Well, it's really simple. Because they remember what Americans did to them in their own countries, and to their parents, to their grandparents, and to their great-grandparents. And I don't know, where did the idea of what it is to be American, where did it go? It just seems to have vanished somehow. So next time you're in the presence of a corporate leader or a major political figure, and they're treating you with contempt, and with a vile disregard of your needs as a human being, a job, a home, a safe place for your babies to grow up, just remember something. They are terrified. And they're even more terrified that you will find out just how terrified they are of you. So what I would do is I would give them an ancient insult, which is just, it's kind of fun to watch. You say to them, "Go kiss a lizard," and watch as their eyes pop out of their heads. It's a hoot. And always remember, we have a plan here at the 2012 Fad. So if you'd like to join us, cash in your stocks, your bonds, your IRAs, your CDs, and get over here, and fast. Because today, even the Main Street media can no longer ignore what's going on around us in the real world today. For all of us here at the 2012fad.com, this is Charlie Bluehawk, wishing you a really good day and reminding you to keep that good thought.